Hey all, so I think this is the third day now, and God, depression in the morning, just like real full on. Decided to lay down, breathe in it. It's been helping a bit, and I'm feeling like I'm starting to. It's like you have to make friends of it, and become friends with what you feel. But now, later on in the day, I've just got to this point. I'll tell you a bit more about the day, but I feel like this fire in my body, like fire in my legs. It's like all the energy's moving, which used to be stagnant from all the suppression. So it's like everything's coming up, and I feel like just going for a crazy run. So that's a really good sign, because it's like there's a load of energy coming in there, a load of really positive energy to be used, for us to move forward. We need that energy. We don't want to be suppressing our feelings, because yes, you suppress your depression, but within that depression, beyond it, is a fire. There's a big fire of energy there, a wealth of life force, that we need to be able to direct and face challenges in our lives and do things. So that feeling in me is coming up very strong at the moment. It's also coming up because of what's going on the planet, because of what we're doing to the planet. It's because of the dark control going on, and the fact that I'm going to defy those energies and not allow darker shadow energy and darker entities to manipulate my life. So there's a real sense of audacity here, which is what they say. They say you shouldn't have the audacity. You think you've got the audacity to do this, and they don't want to see us succeed, But have the audacity, is what I'm saying. Have the audacity to say no to the unhealthy things, to say yes to life, to say yes to moving forward, to say yes, I'm going to go into my fears and gently challenge myself and challenge my fears, because the program that's been done on the planet through traumatization, through controlled traumatization down the generations and through the system, has been designed to make us feel as if we're weak and that we can't do anything. We're going to need to depend on the system. We're going to need to depend on external situations to make us feel a sense of feeling strong, for achievements, for all these things. There's nothing wrong with these things in the sense, but what I'm talking here is about feeling a sense of power and a sense of strength, no matter what your situation, or pretty much no matter what your situation. A sense of being able to face things even that you're afraid of, and to not be too caught in the comfort zone so much that you become depressed because you feel like you can't move forward and you feel like you're stagnating, And part of that is always usually, for most people, two different things. On the one side, they have trauma or difficult emotions holding them back, which causes depression. On the other side, it's about that you're not following your soul's journey and doing what truly nurtures and fulfills you. We want to be able to do those things, but sometimes fear and all those things keeps us stuck. The controlling entities, controlling energies on the planet, and our own shadow, our own fears, keep us stuck within those limited thought patterns, those limited ways of being, and unable to actually feel and process what we feel. And because the nervous system, the whole body, is not working how it should be, especially in our stressful modern society, modern situations, the way the world is, it's very noisy, it's very stressful, it's very fun, it's very competitive, which is fine. But if you're someone who's got an overwhelmed sense of being an overwhelmed body, you're going to find these things difficult and want to back away. When it's cold, you're going to want to back away, which is what I want to do. I want to go to the sunshine right now and leave England, But within this fire, beyond the numbing, beyond the need to get away from what you feel, beyond the need to have these addictions and these compulsive behaviours of disconnecting and avoiding life, is a great power. And that's what these entities, that's what this controlling energy on the planet is scared of. They're scared of humans regaining that power and reclaiming the planet and reclaiming the earth. We're a very beautiful race of beings. We have an advantage within our sense of feeling, within our feeling sense. We have an advantage through being real, through being clear, and through lying and cheating and denying. We're only poisoning ourselves, or poisoning the planet, When you clean your inside, when you clear yourself, when you do what's right for yourself, you start doing what's right in the outside world. You start being more aware of the plastic that you're using with your consuming, the metal that you're consuming when you buy tinned whatever, and you start to want to not do those things. It's the unconscious behavior. It's the being asleep in here, being asleep in your heart, being numbed out, that makes you just go, oh well, you know, another one, yeah, whatever, another one, I'll just have another one of those, you know. And the companies and the darker energy that works through the companies just feeds on our need for completeness, our need for comfort, our need to feel empowered. And so many of us try to get empowered. We're reaching and reaching and reaching for that thing, that ever elusive thing, that feeling confident or looking sexy or being successful, you know, all of those things. But underneath, many times, there is a core wound, there is a need to be fulfilled. We're all going around trying to fill that big void. And we've got to be able to step into our power right now. Us humans, we need to step into our power. We need to be able to come together. Because this is a very important time, and humanity is being dissipated. Down the generations, we've been dissipated. We are not standing in that sovereign energy, you know, and with a clear head and a clear knowing, and a knowing what we should be doing. If we knew what we were doing, we'd be coming together right now to help this frigging planet. We wouldn't be looking at any frigging politician or anyone else to be sorting this rubbish out. We would be standing for truth, and we would all be doing what we feel we need to do. But we have become compliant to an energy which is suppressive, and in some cases torturing people with what would appear to be their own mind and their own thoughts and all that stuff. We have become slave-like to this energy, to money, to greed, to power, because we don't feel we have the power. But we are a very powerful human race, and those of us who feel called, it's time to step back into nature and allow that energy of nature back in. She will feel you. She will bring you back into who you are, you know. There are many illusions and pathways which don't really nurture, you know, and it's about finding the ones which truly nurture, because life is short. We don't have time for these things, and it is so easy to fall back into the delusion, fall back into living a life which is a lesser life, and you deserve more than that, you know. We all deserve more than that. We're very powerful beings, but the control that's worked on this planet for a long time has become very clever, and that's all it really has as its advantage, is cleverness, you know. Humans don't need to be clever like that, you know. We're clever in a balanced kind of way. We're not clever in a manipulative, needing to be deceitful kind of way. That's not a natural human characteristic, you know. Manipulation and all those things is something you do because you are out of balance, and that's the truth of that. We need our strong warriors. We need our people with heart. This is not a time of isolation. This is a time of needing to come together. Stand for truth. Don't stand for the rubbish, because there's too much of it, and it's destroying our people, and it's bringing us down. It's making us pacified. It's making us weaker. It's about time we reclaimed our power as a human race. I'm doing my best I can to do it. For me, even just getting in my body, even just feeling what I do is a scary thing, you know. That's probably the hardest thing. I could change anything, you know. I could face my fears in the outside world, but the real thing is being able to be real, whatever that realness is in your life. Try and do it, because we've got to stand together now. We've got to do this. Sorry, Mum. There's more of a sense of power and strength, like in the body, and it seems that all the suppressed emotion and energy is coming up. I suppose some of us have been afraid of what we've got inside, you know. But with that energy, you know, there's the impetus to do things, to make the changes, you know. So it's funny because we feel depressed because we're stuck, but we need to be able to stop numbing to be able to get the energy to move in our bodies, which will make us move the energy in the real world, make us face our fears and do stuff, you know. And like that energy is all, but I was saying to my mum, like, I feel like I could speak with more strength in my voice, you know, because there's more of me here, there's more power in the body, even though it feels really weird at the moment, I must say. Like, this is where, you know, I suppose the detox is affecting me. It's like I can feel odd in here. It's like there's a movement of energy, things are stirred up, like stirring up a snowball, you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go for a run in a minute, because I feel like I need to move the energy, which is good, because that's me reclaiming my power. So that's third day of just not eating things which suppress my system. It's hard to say what those things are, only you know, but it's usually the addictive things. It's the things that we're using that we can't seem to stop eating, you know, or doing, you know, Facebook or whatever. Time to go for a run. What do you say, Mum? I won't face this light at you.
Yeah. It's good. It feels like, yeah, you're working through something, or like coming out the other side of, you know.
It's really hard. Like this morning was really hard. Like the depression feelings coming up, and that's the thing I was saying. Like the energies, the controlling energies, whatever you want to call it, dark stuff, Lucifer, whatever it is, has wanted people to be suppressed and not have this energy moving. Because if the energy is not moving, you know, and also if you've had trauma, the energies know that a lot of people who've had the trauma in their childhood, they will find it hard for most of their life. Some of them will come through, but you know, it makes life a lot harder for people. So if you can face that stuff, you know, you become very, very strong.
Wow.
There's a positive for you. So there's a positivity in these horrible things, which is, you know, sometimes it's not nice feelings, but they do go. They come and go in waves, like quitting smoking, you know. Okay. Just been out on my little run. You can't see them, but there's beautiful, I can, bulrush things out in the moon. And been feeling very, very empowered and strong out here. And that's what we need, humanity, at the moment. We need to be able to have that energy to fight this fight, which is, you know, it is a battle of dark and light. Even though people say the dark is all part of you, yes, it is, on one level it is, but owning energy that does not belong to your system, owning energy, you know, whether you're empathically feeling the collective energy of the people who are unhappy around you or what, doesn't matter. You're not here to, you don't have to transmute everything, you know. Like we have our stuff to transmute, you know, stuff that's in our body, things we've been avoiding and running away from. I mean, I had someone nick some money off me the other day, and just now with these feelings, with these strong feelings that are coming up, I felt like I wanted to grab him by his jumper and say, you know, look mate, give me that money back that you owe me, or whatever, you know, or I see what you've done, you know, I know it was you. It's about justice, and things are about justice at the moment. This is about justice for the tyranny that's gone on this planet, for the darkness that's been happening. And, you know, there are other energies out there which are working on a dark level, and it's up to us to realise when we're going along with those energies and when we're following our heart. And the only darkness that we need to bother about is the darkness of our own shadow, the darkness of the things that we've hidden, the darkness inside. That does need to come to the light. Hello. This is just a quick one to finish off these videos. So yeah, it's been mostly like raw food today, just like the other days, and I've cut back the thing which I was the most struggling with, which was sweet stuff, you know, even bananas. I mean, bananas are more balanced in that they've got carbohydrates and stuff, which is more balancing, you know. But I found that I even could overeat things like bananas and have, like, you know, 6 in a go. It's nothing serious, but it's still better in the system. So I've just finished the day now with like some lentils and stuff, and I'm feeling that, whoa, you know, digestive system kicking in. So that's quite nice at night, you know, because now I'm kind of tired, you know, I'm just going to go to sleep now and relax. So I'm actually going to go to bed early before I need to actually sleep, which hardly ever happens. My body's telling me it's tired. So that's another interesting difference here, is that my body is actually telling me that it's tired properly. So, which I don't normally get that message as much, and I end up doing projects and like staying up, you know, too long doing things. So I'm going to adhere and listen to what my body is saying and get this proper sleep, you know. But yeah, I managed to finish off a little project, one of my songs and stuff, and a few things. But yeah, so what happened, like after this morning I felt all that depression, and I went through today and I was feeling quite just not happy with the fact that it's winter and just not feeling good about things, you know, and wishing I had the sun and all that. And then maybe 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, I started feeling this, which I think I said, I started feeling all this stuff in my body, all this sort of stressy and almost irritated, almost sort of annoyed feeling in me, you know. And that led me to sort of go out for a run, which is really cool because I've not been feeling an impetus to go out for runs. I've not been feeling that energy, that drive, that power to do that. It's almost as if I've been fighting to try and do it, whereas this felt like not fighting. This felt like I need to run, you know. It's a different feeling than making yourself have to do something. This was a feeling like I need to get out there and run and do something, you know. So I really liked that. I really liked the feeling of that, and you know, I don't mind having to deal with this depression-y stuff that's trying to come up for healing, because for one, it feels good if you can get used to it rather than avoid it. But secondly, there's a wealth of power, there's a wealth of energy inside our body after we suppress, you know, after we stop suppressing and we stop the numbness and we start being resensitized, which is our gift as humanity, to be sensitized. After all that, we start to feel a sense of power, feel a sense of wanting to fight past the blocks, fight past the things that we're scared of, face the fears, you know. It's a sense of pushing yourself, but not in a bad way. It's not pushing yourself in a way which is hurting yourself or causing harm. It's pushing yourself in a way which your body feels it needs to do stuff, you know. And then here I am later in the day. I've done this run, I've exerted this energy, I've allowed myself to feel what I do, and now tonight I feel like I want to sleep early. It's 10 o'clock and I'm feeling like, whoa, I want to go, you know. My body's going unwind, relax, go within, which, as I say, I never do. So I almost shouldn't really get this video finished before I sleep, which I was going to do in bed. I was going to lay there and sort of edit this 3 sections of video for today and put them together. But no, it's almost like, listen to what your body's saying and do it, you know. It's the most important thing. So I think I'll actually upload this one tomorrow. So, you know, we're making decisions every day. We're making decisions which, they might seem small, like going to bed an hour earlier or whatever, but these decisions are really affecting our life. And if you want to get empowered, you want to get in your flow, then we really need to be able to do that. I have a difficult journey in the sense that I'm going to be dealing with trauma, and for me it's got in the way in my life a lot. You know, I didn't have many of the normal jobs, you know. I wasn't working for a long time. I've not had the normal drive and get on with it thing, and then what's happened is, through those years of not having employment and stuff, I'm like, well, what do I do? Where do I start? How do I do this? You know, it's almost like feeling like I don't know how to have that drive to make things happen in my life. I don't know how to start a business, whatever. So, and a lot of it is the energy inside. A lot of it is that not having that energy. It's like you're hurting, you know, you're hurting, and a lot of that energy from the pain is going into just getting by every day. And I really I understand that for the people who are, you know, struggle with this stuff. And people who struggle with this stuff are normal people who work, you know, even people who have a very good working job. They're not, you know, on the sick. They're not, you know, that they're normal people, you know, who from the outside you'd think that they're doing really, really well, and they are. But it's just that if they actually stopped, they'd go, wow, you know, where have I been? What have I been? It's like being in a tailspin. We're not here to be in a tailspin. We're here to have that centre and know what we want and to feel fulfilled truly, you know. And I know some people who work in high up paid jobs are centered and are in their power. Good on you. But for many, they're not. So it's day 3, and that's, although it started out feeling like that, I feel really positive from it. So I'm going to go within now. I'm going to breathe when I'm in bed and really nurture and really care. And that's just like so hard to do for a lot of people who've had either childhood neglect or had a trauma in their childhood, had abuse around them, whatever. You know, they don't know how to love themselves and to truly nurture themselves. They find it really hard. And that's like totally understandable, you know. And all I knew was like, you know, music, smoking, you know, drugs or drinking in the past, or pornography, or just anything, you know, anything for comfort sort of thing. So I'm wanting to move out of that world and more into feeling strong. My little amplifier is making some buzzy noises at the moment. Not quite sure why. Why are you doing that? I'm not sure, but I'm in the middle of doing some amplifier remodding, which will be done soon. There it is. I've been working on my little amp, power supply, amplifier, massive heat sinks to cool it down, nice little light at the top. But yeah, this is my little music setup. You're welcome to check out any of my music. It's in the links below. /YouTube /Mr. Rickster. Maybe I should change that name. Anyway, thank you for watching, and sending lots of love and power to you people who need to find that pathway forward, because we need that right now. Let's get the strong people together. Let's get strong and let's get together. All right. Cheers.